We've been talking about pre-competition rituals and routines to utilize before you go into a competition. I singled out show jump riders, not for any reason, because it's really basically the same, whether you're running barrels in a rodeo or you're going into a dressage class. It's more the same than different. You have to have your mind focused on the job at hand, and you don't want to get your nervous system too overactivated. You don't want to be overexcited going into a competition because it's not going to put you in your most powerful position to do your best. If you're worried about things that are out of your control, it's not useful to be focused on that, especially right before you go to perform. We talked about anchoring a powerful state, and we talked about doing that with the way you're holding the reins in your hand and associating it with a powerful state. And then we talked about when you first go into the arena, into the show ring, you want to be focused externally. And that's just because you want to be aware of everything that's going on outside of you, but also you want to take the focus off the internalization, because if you internalize things, then you start worrying about silly things that aren't going to help you at that moment. So the other thing I really wanted to focus on was having an attitude of fun. And that could be one of the things you're saying to yourself as you go into the ring. This is going to be fun. This is what it's all about. This is what I've been training for so hard. And now it's time to enjoy it. Because when you put yourself in a mindset where you're looking for fun, you're expecting fun, that makes you loose. That makes you ready to just go out and have a good time, regardless of what happens. If you knock every other rail down as you're going around, you're still learning something. It's still fun. It's still exciting. It's not like you're sitting at home bored. It's something that you relish. That's why you're doing it. That's why you're competing in a horse show, because it's fun. And so you want to remind yourself of that, especially right before you go to perform, because it's going to loosen you up and it's going to make you more relaxed. And so you're going to be plenty amped up enough as it is. And generally, you want to do things to tamp it down a little bit. You're fired up already because this is showtime. This is time when it counts. And so all those hours that you practice in the practice ring, all those hours you spent bonding with your horse and developing a relationship and a trust between each other and develop the lines of communication between horse and riders, all that time and energy that you spent through all the years you've been riding are accumulating into a moment when you're going to perform. And so you want to enjoy it. You know, a lot of people go through a career and they're so focused on the job at hand and what it is they want to accomplish, their mission, and they lose sight of the fact of the fun. And it's not unusual. I've been around a lot of successful people and people that were performing with horses. A lot of times, if you talk to them when they're at the end of their career, one really common theme is, I had a great career, I know that, and yeah, I accomplished most of what I wanted to do, but if I had to do it all over again, I would have had more fun because while I was doing it, there was so much pressure on me and I was so tense that I really forgot to enjoy myself. And that's sad. It's great that they were successful, and the fact that they were focused on doing things well was probably a big part of their success. But at the same time, you're not going to lose anything by getting more loose, getting more relaxed at the moment when you're going to perform, because all the serious work has happened already. And at this point, if you didn't do enough work, you're not going to fix it when you're going through the ring. It's time to just kick back. It's the fruits of your labor. It's the time to remember, this is why I do this. This is why I got into riding in the first place, because it was fun. This is why I got into competing in horse shows and rodeo events, because it's fun. Don't forget to enjoy yourself, because you're really doing yourself a disservice long term and in the moment. If you're having fun, you don't have time to worry. If you have fun and a mistake happens, you're not going to be so wound up like, oh my God. You look at a golfer who goes and shoots around a golf and has a bad hole. It's pretty common that not only did they lose strokes on that hole, but they lost strokes on the next hole and the next hole because they keep thinking about the mistake they made. Oh, I wish I got it back. Well, you can't get it back. What's done is done. It doesn't behoove you to hold on to a mistake. Much better to let it roll right off you, like water off a duck's back. Just let it roll right off you, and there'll be time to rethink things after the horse is cooled out and put away. You don't have to do it in the moment. And a lot of people get caught up in the moment. Enjoy yourself. And that's why we're here. Tom O'Ryan, equestrianhypnocoach.com.